The storm is headed towards Sandy Hook, although the warning does not extend that far. So again, you've got Moorhead here. The storm itself is well to the east now of Moorhead. You're hearing thunder, no doubt about it, and seeing a dark cloud to your east, but the tornadic part of the storm is well to the east of Moorhead. There is hail there at the Carter and Rowan County line, and that storm is again headed toward the northern part of Elliott County as it goes through now the extreme eastern parts of Rowan County. The storm well to the east of Moorhead. So again, Moorhead, Rodburn, you guys are fine. Its area is just to the east, so just going past Christie. It's coming in now on Elliotteville. Sideway, it's going to probably pass very close to you, although likely just to the south. Oak Grove Road, you see that winding through the hills there. The Civilian Conservation Corps Trail is again one place where this storm is likely at this point. If nothing else, this storm does have at least a good rotating wall cloud to it, and the possibility that at any point it can drop down and become a tornado. So Christie Creek is again very close to where we are seeing this storm headed off to the southeast. So in terms of your, we'll plot this out for you. So we'll take you there from Christie. And again, you're seeing some of the areas. Ordinary is in the path of that. Sideway, Elliotteville, all the places where this storm could potentially be impacting over the next few minutes. The storm again has a history of at least potentially of some storm damage when it crossed I-64 a few minutes ago. But now you're talking, looks like Laurel Road would be somewhere closest, and the rotation is a little bit more broad than it was earlier. When you see these things tightening up is when you're under the greatest peril, but that said, it still has the potential and the history of at least some storm damage from it. So we have been talking about this storm, and again, we'll remind you one more time with our tornado safety. And it's again very simple. We'll give you the basement version this time. And so again, if you have a basement, if your house has a basement, that's where you go. You want to be underground. If you don't have the basement, well, then what you need to do is find that interior part of your house. And again, as we tell the kids, don't panic. You know what to do. You've thought about it beforehand. Now is the time to act. And so again, it's that interior room when we talk about our sea duct. Let's close the doors. Close all those interior doors. You get downstairs, the basement there if you got it. If not, you just get to your ground floor. You get under something heavy or sturdy. Staircase is always a good option if it's in the middle of the house, because think of how strong staircases are. They've got to support your weight. So again, you're looking at something that can protect you from debris. If you don't have one of those options available, then you get under something heavy or sturdy like a bed or a table if you can, or you get inside the bathtub. That can protect you from flying debris. Again, where the bathtub is, it's the center part of the house. So again, if it's a closet, it's a stairwell, it's a bathroom in the middle part of the house. And again, the K in sea duct is you keep your head down, you keep away from windows and doors, you stay away from those exterior walls. Hail now falling in Elliotteville with that, where you're seeing that black showing up. That is likely going to be some large hail. We're talking probably pushing $quarter to $half size given the intensity of those returns. So the storm is going to be passing, looks like a little north of Minor. Oak Grove Road, again, pretty close to where this storm would be impacting at this point. Put up the velocity, and again, we're just kind of doing the analysis along the way with you here. Anything on our shear rate features? Now we're starting to see some shear showing up, and so these bring in more computer algorithms is essentially what it's doing. So as the radar's been looking at the storm, the computers do their thing. There are some calculations that come out, and we have this thing called shear rate. So we're still in the not exactly the over the top category, but bad enough. So from sideway there, where we're showing some of that showing up, and if there's any swath of that, yeah, so you're seeing that heavier coming through, a little stronger, very close to Elliotteville. So again, Laurel Road, one of the places we were highlighting with this. And again, this tornado warning does continue, and it is for Rowan County until 2:45. So got about another 13 minutes to go with this tornado warning as it's impacting folks there in Rowan County. So in terms of where the storm likely is, again, Laurel Road, Williams Branch, Oak Grove Road, north of Minor, but headed toward Ordinary at this point. You may be in the path of this for this tornado warning until 2:45. I'm going to just leave the screen again just for a second. And again, as you're looking at the radar display, just want to highlight again, this is a potentially dangerous situation. We have wind damage. It is now an official storm report near Crankston and Rowan County. There was wind damage, trees and debris viewed from I-64 near mile marker 143. So again, that is the official storm report that has come out with this particular cell. And again, the tornado warning is going to remain in force until 2:45. And so, as we look to the velocity display of this storm, that's all straight line. Storm relative is now pushing more to the south. You may or may not be hearing the sound of my phone in the background. So again, you've got Wyatt there, you've got ordinary just out of the warning that at this point. We're also looking now, things have started to flatten out. There's not the same degree of rotation that we were looking at just a second ago with this. So as the storm is exiting or getting close to the edge of the warning that has been issued, again, it's until 2:45, so we've got just another 10 minutes to go on that. But the storm still to the northeast of Sandy Hook. It is also well to the east now of Moorhead. From Moorhead, it is running, almost 9 miles from Moorhead at this point. From Sandy Hook, it is about 8 miles away, so about equidistant there between Sandy Hook and Moorhead. And it is headed towards Sandy Hook, although warnings have not been extended into Elliott County yet, although severe thunderstorm warning would not be a surprise coming out here shortly for Elliott County. The storm, if nothing else, is producing hail. And we've been watching that coming through. And again, the potential there for some larger hail does exist. Oh, let's see. Go ahead and hit that. So yeah, Sandy Hook in about 15 minutes from the hail core of that storm. You see the tornado index number, that BTI, hasn't changed much, and it is a fairly low number. So again, the storm has potential, and it certainly was showing some rotation earlier on with the storm, but that has now weakened somewhat. Let's go ahead and pull that off there, or try and pull that off for you. We're still measuring. And it does, let's do that. What we're going to do is put the velocity display or reflectivity back on here for just the regular radar display. And then we're going to go ahead, and it looks like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. We'll get that here for you in just a second. So again, you're seeing your severe thunderstorm warning. Let's clear this mess off of here if we can. There we go. So, and just X that. Perfect. So there's your new severe thunderstorm warning. It's a broader warning than what we had for the tornado, which was just a specific part of the storm. So the severe thunderstorm warning is going to be for, looks like, the northern and eastern parts of Morgan County and Elliott County until 3:15. So the tornado warning goes for another less than 10 minutes at this point. The storm just about to exit out of the warning itself. So we'll see if that either gets extended or if they go ahead and drop it here at about 2:40. But again, for a storm that's going to be passing, I know West Liberty, as soon as you hear tornado warning anywhere close to you, you have every right to be worried at that point. But at this point, the path of the storm is going to be passing to the east of West Liberty, and hopefully not as a tornadic storm, but merely a severe thunderstorm with hail and damaging wind potential still as a possibility with that. The tornado warning is again until 2:45 for extreme eastern Rowan County and the western fringes of Elliott County. The storm has passed Moorhead. It's headed towards Sandy Hook, and it will likely pass just to the northeast of West Liberty in Morgan County. But on that path, you are likely looking at the storm with the hail potential for that coming somewhere maybe around Wrigley. You can see Sandy Hook there. We're just going to kind of so again, north of West Liberty, you've got Spanglin, Little Sandy, and Sandy Hook all there within the storm itself. So again, the storm has passed by Moorhead. see if the tornado warning, I'm going to check one more time here on the information that I've got back here at the corner of the weather office to see if they're going to continue that warning all the way until the end. 2:37, they're going to continue the tornado warning, so it goes until 2:45. Still radar indicated near Stark. That was at 2:37, moving southeast at 35. The severe thunderstorm warning Jackson has issued for Elliott, Morgan, Rowan until 3:15. That is for that severe thunderstorm. That's the broad aspects of that storm. They're including the verbiage of tornado possible from that. So again, that's the storm that has passed by Moorhead, where you're seeing those black shades showing up. That is the core of this storm. And that again, where it is likely producing hail and damaging wind gusts also. We are getting reports of some quarter-size hail. That's an early report from up around Flemingsburg. Meanwhile, we are also looking at a new severe thunderstorm warning. This one is coming out of folks out of Louisville. There is a severe thunderstorm warning also now for persons in Bourbon and Harrison counties. So again, these storms are likely producing hail. They are also damaging wind gust potential, and again, the possibility of the tornado. So we come back over for the storm that is now sitting to the north of Cynthiana, and it is going to be heading down toward Paris and Millersburg, about 20 minutes from each with that storm. So the storm is south of Cynthiana, likely producing hail, and that's going to be Ruddles Mill, headed toward Paris here in the next little bit. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that will be affecting Bourbon and Harrison counties as well. So these are the warnings that we have out there. For another 5 minutes, we have a tornado warning that we have to contend with, and that again is for extreme eastern Rowan County. So we come back over to it. And again, it's just the tiny little sliver, although it looks like the storm itself is about to exit out of Rowan County if it hasn't already done so. But for you folks there in Elliott County, it's going to be awfully close to Big Stone at this point. It's passing Lytton, hailing there at Ordinary. If the storm is still producing a tornadic display, it's going to be even south of Lytton at this point. The Ridge. So again, we're not showing a whole lot of rotation left in that storm at this point. So we're getting basically just straight line wind potential out of this as the storm now has exited out of the primary warning area. It is a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, don't forget that aspect. But in terms of the tornadic potential, looks like that part may be just about to pass. We're at 240 here with that storm. So again, you've got Little Sandy and Sandy Hook. You folks in Sandy Hook, get set. You've got hail coming your way. Big Stone, again, the hail potential with this probably going to push quarter to $half size, maybe a little bit more in some places. But again, this rotation looks to be weakening some as the storm is also running away from its best forcing. So severe thunderstorm warning, that's until 3:15 for northeastern Morgan County. And that's going to be northeast of West Liberty. That also includes Elliott County, and part of that storm also is still in eastern Rowan County. Still hail potential from that. So that's the severe thunderstorm warning there. We are again looking at the storms that are you got an entire line sitting here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Bourbon County, including Paris. It gets over to Millersburg until 3 o'clock. It also includes the southern part of Harrison County. You can see that's part of a larger line of storms that extends all the way back now to just about Frankfort. And those cells are dropping gradually to the south. This is not, again, the main severe weather threat that we were looking at for today. This was a little bit of bonus time, if you want to look at it that in respect. This is just, why did it happen? Have you been outside? It is warm. It is humid, and we've got some boundaries left over, and that's what these storms have been working off of. So that's one of the reasons these storms have blown up. But later on tonight, and really in the hours after midnight for a lot of us, we could see another squall line coming through. We're at 242, so again, that tornado warning is set to expire. We'll come back in on toward that storm one we overshot. So let's come back. So there again, you see Moorhead. The storm is east of Moorhead, although you've got another storm nearby. The storm likely going to be producing hail as it comes in now to Sandy Hook. So for you folks there, be prepared. Again, the storm has outrun the tornado warning. So we're looking at least the hail arriving in Sandy Hook in about the next 9 minutes, although heavy rain will arrive much sooner than that. You know, I'm taking one last look here, and as we do, again, just something caught my eye here real quick, and let's go ahead and clear all this off if we can. Okay, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. So I just wanted to come in one more time there, a little bit closer near Sandy Hook. So again, we're out in Elliott County. So it's Highway 7. So there's just that little bit of a notching right in there, and that's going to be just about a mile or two from Sandy Hook. Just quickly on the storm relative, now it's all straight line. Regular velocity, we'll just raw numbers. Yeah, everything's looking straight line with that at this point. So again, the shear rate is greatest where you're seeing some shear going on in our shear swaths. Even that has weakened some. You can see the storm up there toward Brown County where it was earlier. So we're coming up, it's 2:44. We're going to go ahead and send you back to our regular, I guess it's the Kelly Clarkson show. We'll keep an eye on these storms. If anything else pops up, we'll let you know. Thanks for sticking with us here. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack.
This is all organic small